welcome back to the channel. My name is Luna, and before we get started, you know what I'm gonna say. Go ahead and thumbs up, subscribe, hit that little bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. I am on summer vacation. If you didn't know, I am an educator, and school is out. So it's a celebration, so a lot of my creative juices are really starting to flow. A lot of things that I put down in my planner, I'm finally starting to tackle. So I'm hoping to get a good flow of videos coming out, but also a lot of ahead work. So in case anything happens by the time the school year opens up, honestly, I hope to have a lot of videos already backlogged and scheduled to post up so they're already good and ready to go, which sounds crazy, but I would love to be that far ahead to make sure the content doesn't stop and my creative juices don't stop, because I have a lot of fun ideas of different type of videos and content that I want to make. That's just something that I love. So going into this build, this is my second all one color build challenge. This one is the blue build, and one thing that I did with this, and also the other one, I'm not referencing any type of Real to Sims. I literally have the color blue in my head, and I knew I wanted to make it a two-story, and I just went to the lot and just started putting down squares, and it went very well. It was very natural, and I ended up really loving how the outtake came of it. One thing I knew that I wanted to do is that I did want to have like a carport. So that was one of the main yeses for me that I wanted to have. And I ended up wanting to put this in San Sequoia. It just felt like a family home San Sequoia house per se. And so I put this over in kind of like the circle lot that has, it's a whole drive around that area next to one of my favorite builds that's in San Sequoia that came with Growing Together. But actually the blue build was honestly a lot harder than the purple build, simply because The Sims finds a shade of blue and it kind of looks green. I don't know if it's just me, but I really struggled with the siding on the roofing. I filtered out the build by for blue, but it still looked green. And so there's a lot of other colors in this build, because it's actually not a lot of just plain blue, or honestly, like I could have done just plain blue everything, like a solid light blue, a solid dark blue, but I was a little too bored with that. So it is 90% all blue. A majority of anything, especially like chairs, decor, I try to stick with blue, because like I wanted to have the emphasis on the brick on the bottom, and those poles are a bright blue compared to the blue of the house. And then there's a couple items inside that have like a yellow in it, but they did filter out in the blue. So it's not 100% blue, but I would still call this a totally blue build, because you can walk into this home and be like, wow, you like the color blue. I also stuck with blue flowers. Of course, out of that range, naturally would have green. I didn't want to choose really in any of the whimsical flowers that showed up in the blue category, because this wasn't really a whimsical build. I still wanted this to be a family home, wasn't too outrageous. And really looking at the outside of this house, it doesn't look like anything that you wouldn't see in this area. And that was probably my main goal here, because when I started putting this house together, I honestly pictured a mermaid family living here. It's so typical that we want to keep the mermaids living on the island, in island living. But I literally, and I think it's just color association, where I probably will put a mermaid family living in this house that moved away from the island and, you know, wanted just a suburban lifestyle in San Sequoia. So I do end up making it a 2-bedroom. Technically it's a 3-bedroom. There's a master bedroom upstairs, and then a teenager's, I look at it as a teenager's room. And then downstairs it's pretty much just a guest room. There's a Murphy bed in there, a TV, and that's literally, oh, there's a game system in there, and that's it. Like, it's a really small room, literally for anyone to just come over, even if you're doing a spend the night. That is somewhere they can just pull the bed down and just sleep there, and then you can put it up and honestly use it for anything if you wanted to. The Murphy bed I end up putting in there, I just realized I don't think I put it as the couch one. I think it's just the normal bed one. So I might end up switching it out with the couch Murphy bed. So if someone did want to go in there and just watch TV, they could. But other than that, it's just used as a random guest room and will probably never be touched besides that. Because I feel like when you see this big of houses and there's only like 2 bedrooms in it, it's like, what did your floor plan go to? I don't know. That's just me. When I see especially a 2-story house and they're like, oh yeah, it's got 3 bedrooms and it's massive, I'm like, what happened to the floor plan? What do you mean there's only 2 bedrooms in this 2-story house? Like, it doesn't make sense. So I've noticed that usually when I go bigger, because I love open floor plans, and then of course you put the bathrooms and stuff like that, I'm like, crap, this is only like 2 bedrooms. It's like, it's a big house, but it's not a big living space of a house. I don't know if anyone else has that problem. But once I started doing the living room, this is probably the weirdest layout that I've done. I wouldn't say weird. I think it's simply because when I did the exterior, I was really in love with where the door was, and I didn't want to move anything, but I didn't want the couch to be in front of the stairs, but then I didn't want the couch to be just in the middle of the floor, and I didn't want the TV facing the window. So I chose to angle the TV and have an open floor. Like, looking at it now, I feel like it works fine, because also you have this open floor space to do anything with. If you happen to have a baby, you can lay the baby down there. If you're having get-togethers over, that's an extra dance floor. Or if you need to put down another table, there's room for another table. So, I don't know. Like, I think I was just so in love with how the outside turned out that when I got inside, it did go faster than normal. I think I said this on the purple build as well, that when you just do one color builds, they go so much faster because you already know what color you're looking for. Now you're just looking for something to put together with it. Because when in doubt, I have a feeling every color build that I do, whether it's red, blue, green, purple, I'll always have the main color, and it's either going to be white or black, because those are the 2 colors that literally go with everything. So when I do red, I'll most likely, if I can't find anything to match with it, it'll probably be white or black. Because I noticed with purple, if I couldn't find something to go with one of the purple prints, I usually swapped it out with black. And in this case, white was swapped out with a lot. I mean, there's already white in majority of the blue items that are in what was available. And actually, there was a lot of yellow, too. Yellow and blue go really well together, as well. And that's why I am working on the little guest room. I think my favorite room in this house is probably the kitchen. I almost said the bathroom. Which it is a 1.5 bath, by the way. I think the kitchen is my favorite. It was a very comfortable room to create, and I ended up using counters and the stove and the fridge. I don't think I've ever used them. Like, I liked them, but I never used them. And that's what I like about doing these color builds, is that it's not only branching me out to use other colors, I'm using things I normally wouldn't use simply because they come in that color. And some things I never noticed I had until I filter out these colors. There is a small little fingernail file and like nail set that apparently came in Spa Day that I've never seen in my life. I ended up using it on one of the nightstands in the bedroom. But I literally sat there for like 10 minutes. I was like, when did we get this clutter? I don't remember how, and I use Spa Day a lot, and I don't know how I missed it. So that's one thing about doing these little build challenges like this. I feel like they help me to really go through what I already have. Like, yes, I use CC, but I don't use CC a lot. But all of these color builds, the goal is to use non-CC so they can be available in the gallery. The purple build is up. The purple build isn't getting as much love as the blue build is, which I'm a little biased on the purple build because purple's my favorite color. But yeah, people are loving the blue build on the gallery. So thank you guys so much. But give my purple build some love. I really, really like that one. But the next color that we will be doing will be red. And I'm excited about that because I'm pretty sure we have quite a bit of red stuff. I think red is one of my colors that I end up going to a lot. I think. Yeah. I have a feeling that red... I don't know, red interior might be easier than the red exterior. But then again, I feel like I already see like what kind of siding, and then also the brick counts as red. I mean, to me, well, we do have a red brick and a brown brick, so yeah, we'll see what happens when we get to our red. But this is me working on the teenagers room, and like I said, I really feel like I'm gonna take this as a mermaid family house where, you know, they wanted to get away from the island and then they wanted to move to suburbia and try their best to live out a normal life. Of course, they'll have to visit the water or lay in the bathtub here and there. This will also help me to play more of my occult families, which I don't really do a lot of. But we're coming up on the screenshots. If you ever want to check out any of the lives, all of that, my description is down below over on Twitch. And I love and appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are. And this is Luna, Galaxy out.